I think we did well. I think we did well. I know, right? So hello, everybody. Hello, friends. My name is Abby. I run AV Tarot Reading. And today is going to be one of them days where we just go with the flow of it because we have our cats, we have life, we have strange, weird, and unusual things. And it is what it is. I'm not trying to control all of it. I'm controlling what I can, which is slinging cards. That I can do. I can do that. So if you've not come and visited with me before, what we do every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is that I do free community tarot readings for those of you who show up. Basically, that means it's about 6 cards per reading with maybe a shadow card or maybe one that flies out of the deck, whatever it happens to be. But my goal is to answer questions, to kind of dig into something that's going on for you, to see if I can give you a little bit of insight, a little intuition, a little wisdom, look at your future, play in your past, whatever I need to do to remind you that you are a badass and I can help you find your badassery. So whatever is necessary to do those things. So the way that we do it is that we break this whole evening up into about three-ish sessions. First is the series for about 30 minutes where I do the 6-card readings for everybody. We take a 4-minute break, and that just helps me let you know where you can find me, what's any newness in the business, and any other tidbits that comes to mind. And then we wrap things up with a few more reads, and then we hop with the last about 10-15 minutes doing flash sessions. And what those are, they're 1-card quick pulls, like quick draws. There we go. Quick draws. They're quick draws because we're in the Wild West these days. Anywho, so if you have a question, throw your question into the comments. That's how you participate. That's how you get Melissa's attention. Melissa, who is on this side of my planet, she's the one who's going to be selecting the questions based on variety. She doesn't do first come, first serve. So it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, kind of get a broad scope. And it keeps my life interesting. So thank you, babe. I appreciate it. She's my wife in crime. I like that. You are my wife in crime. Yes. Anywho, so don't be surprised if I'm giggly, if I'm laughing, if I'm trying to make her laugh, if I'm trying to make me laugh. It's usually trying to have a good time is all that we try to do. So do me a favor. Will you share this video? Will you share the love? Tag a friend, tag your bestie, point your sister, call your aunt, whatever you need to do to kind of spread this message around that, hey, the show is on yet again. This woman is being crazy, and sometimes it can be funny or at least rude. Sometimes it can be rude, but always in the best jest, always made in love. I do tell people that when they're working with me, I'm the type of reader, I will hold your hands and call you on your bullshit while loving you and calling you out on your stuff. So let's hop into the comments. I want to say hello to all is here. Did I miss anything in our spiel? I think I hit the high points. Generally, what I talk about also is what we do read and what we don't read. I'm aiming for specifics. So general questions, those are great for one-on-one sessions. Those take a bit more time. We then find an area of focus. What is something going on in your environment? Those are perfect for one-on-one in-depth conversation. So here we're aiming for specifics. That means timing. That means when something's going to show up, when something's going to happen, how can you best do something, those kind of things. I'm not going to read on COVID related questions because I think those are still specific for your doctor. We're all kind of surviving election land right now. So let's not ask for a projection, because I think Politico has that down, or CNN, or whoever is up. Maybe I can help you out with how to navigate what's going on next. That maybe I can do. But I will take questions that I feel comfortable with. If for some reason I'm uncomfortable with your question, I will totally let you know. Like I'm not reading your time of death. Just letting you know, not doing that one. But outside of that, you can almost throw anything at me. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a good shot. So let me hop into comments. I want to say hello to who's here. I see the counter is spinning, and I love that. So I have to scroll all the way up. So Jasmine, hello. And you have to let me know, is it Jasmine or Yasmin, like with the Y? I have to know these things. Sandrine, hello, sweetheart. I'm gonna get it. Tiana Luke, I think. Let me not butcher your name, sweet pea. You can go ahead and throw in the phonics spelling of your name just so that I know how not to butcher your name. I like to make sure I get those names correct. Angela, sweetheart, you and I have an appointment Friday. So I'm so glad to see you. Heather, hello, hello. Y'all make me happy. Rose, I'm glad to see you here. Yep, Sandrine missed last week. We saw that. We did see that. We're clocking it the whole time. We're like, where's Sandrine? Just actually, no, we didn't do that, but I did miss your face. So thank you so much for coming to hang out with us this evening. Silent Runner, hello, hello. Christine, hello. Sherry, hi. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to see your faces. So thank you so much for coming to hang out. Michelle, hello, hello. Rose, I'm glad you're, oh, I already called you out. I'll do it again. Oh, thank you, Heather. I appreciate the compliment. I am in gold and chrome mode. OMG, all I need in life is gold and chrome. I got some silvers, you know, like the rest of us, but it needs to be shiny. I feel like I'm that crab from Moana, who has a song and dance and everything. Shiny, needs shiny. So I'm just going with it. Jaylyn, yes, just basically how you participate. If you missed that first part, is just go ahead and throw in your specific question into the comments. I do ask that you do one question at a time, because otherwise I'll split up the questions and I may not get to that other one. So just throw in one question per comment at a time, but throw in however many questions you feel comfortable with. So I'm going to go ahead and hop out of the comments because I get too distracted by your beautiful smiling faces, and I might hop in, I might not. So I'm just going to go back to the other place where I don't get, so Kristen's like rose gold. Okay, don't see, we're gonna have to have the whole nails show and tell, and then I'm never gonna get anything done. All right, so I just wanted to share with you, I am doing something just a little different. I'm gonna be doing a deck per question, different deck per question. So this is the True Black Tarot. If you've never seen it, you're gonna see it in action today. Got my standard Rider-Waite because that is my trusty workhorse steed of a set of cards. I got most of them cleaned this time. I also have my Light Seers, so you'll see her in action. Love this sweet pea. And then a new one that I've just recently gotten to play with is my Afro Tarot by Jessie Jumanji, and we're kind of having like whole like heart moments with this set. This is like calling me back to ancestry with this set. So loves. So I plan to unbox all of these. I plan to shuffle them up, and then here in a bit, Melissa will be pulling our first question. I think I covered all my P's and Q's. I think, and also, what's the also? Happy birthday, Rose! How come I didn't know it was your birthday, honey? You just said, he's like, well, I just said it right. Sunday. Well, happy early birthday, hun. All of y'all have to go wish Miss Rose over here a happy birthday. How old are you? How young are you going to be, Sweet Pea? Tell me all about it, because now I want to know. Now we have to know these things. All right, so I have all my cards open. What shall we start with? What do you think, babe? What set should we start with? True Black? All right, True Black it is. Goodness. All right, so I'll get shuffling when Melissa's ready. Oh, I look up and it's already done. That is a master. You're great at this, babe. So hello, Jasmine from YouTube land. What do I need to know about my family issues at this time? All right, sweetheart. So let's see what shows up for us. So if you've never seen me work before, what I do is as I'm shuffling the cards, I'm rehearing your question, and I'm also listening for my first intuition, my first nudges on your situation. That's part of the read, and then I'm going to start pulling cards. So when I pull cards, I'm giving my first impressions. I'm giving the interpretation of the cards together in relation to your question. I'm also going to be listening for any tingles, any feels, any memories that show up, any dun-da-da-da, something hit my head, you know, those kind of things. So let's get shuffling. And if you've not seen these cards before, I think you're going to like them. So what do you need to know about your family issues at this time? Family issues at this time. The first thing that's coming to mind for me, hon, before I'm pulling cards is going back into a position where you're primarily only concerned with the things that you can actually control. So trying to manipulate other people's behavior, trying to influence other people to do what you want or do what they should do, or in X, Y, Z. That is a recipe for insanity, hun. So understandable. There's a portion of it that feels like you have responsibility for, then stay in that lane. But the aspects that you have no control over, no real actual control over, anything you can do to keep your sanity and your wits about that. Let's see what else shows up for us, hun bunch. All right, there we go. We're gonna start there. Put half that set down because it's a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me show you what I got for you, hun. So, I have to take this card off, or that card off, that ring off. So first card for you, Sweet Pea, is the King of Cups. The second one is the Ace of Pentacles. And now I have the Four of Swords. So looking at just these first three, I still have the other three coming up for you, but the King of Cups often is about that mastery of emotions. So this is to me talking about like those emotional lessons, that it's like those habits that happen over and over again in a family dynamic. Sometimes it's those patterns that you get into, those repeats, things that you do over and over again that are hard to kind of hop out of. It reminds me of that situation where you know how let me give you a quick story. Okay, quick story. When I was younger, 8 years ago. So yes, younger, 8 years ago, I went and visited my mother's house, and I immediately turned into a 14-year-old little girl. Like that's what happened. I walked in the door. I'm 14. I'm subordinate. I have all these old stories and old dramas that rehash and re go into just the moment I walked in the door. And it took an active action of stepping out of that role, which caused a lot of conflict, which caused a bit of headbutting, which caused a bit of drama, but it changed how I was perceived in that house. And that was kind of the situation that I was feeling, is that whole like, okay, we have these patterns, we have these routines, we need to hop out of that, because hopping out of that isn't going to work. So the other cards that I have for you, Sweet Pea, is the Two of Swords. I also have the Four of Cups, ending on the Six of Wands. I love that this is the Six of Wands for you, because this is the king, the master of the jungle, king of the jungle. He has survived. He has thrived. He is now standing at the hunter's helmet and his blade. He has conquered the poacher. He has conquered the poacher. So regardless of what is going on for you in your situation, first and foremost, you're going to be just fine. Long-term fine. You're going to be just fine. You will figure it out, but there's decisions that need to be made. So when the Two of Swords comes up for us, it's usually a rock and a hard place, but something has to be decided. And so it's like, no one said it'd be easy, but you can do it. You can make the decision that you need to. First and foremost, go with what your feels are going for, because your head wants one thing, or your habits want one thing, but your hearts, plural, want another. So follow that. Follow the feel goods there. So what do you need to know about your family issues at this time? Follow your heart, honey. You are going to be just fine ultimately, regardless. So no worries ultimately. Okay. Ooh, if the house blows away, we are getting some wicked wind here in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know how long the lights or the power or the stuff is going to stay up, but we're just going to keep going for as long as possible. So no worries there. So Rose just got in contact with my other sister that I only met once. Will we stay connected and build a relationship? Oh my gosh. Can I say, like, that is epic and kind of like hug worthy. Like, I hope you two get to see each other and like actually connect and kind of have a pseudo sisterly bond. I hope so. I really, really hope so. So let's see what shows up for us. You only met once. Will you and the sister be able to stay connected and build a relationship? Will you and sister? Okay. So a couple of the little bits that I have questions on is I'm wondering about the dynamic as to why you two parted. So the first thing that came to mind is that, like, the scenario of kind of like yours, but sisters that, for instance, you have the same dad, but your mom had nothing to do with her mom, but there was like the stories. And so there was like the little bits of animosities that was accidentally ingrained to both of you. So I'm wondering if there might be any of that stuff to need to kind of clean up and navigate and kind of understand preemptively, oh, that's not my story. That's my dad's story that my dad told my mom and I accidentally got. So there's sometimes a little bit of, what is it, like self-awareness, like, oh, those aren't my stories. And it comes with age, I find, because I know I'm learning that right now. I've been rehashing a lot of my stories. All right, Sweet Pea, let's see what shows up for us. So the first two flew out. Let's see what else wants to show up from Miss Rose, whose birthday is Sunday. His birthday. Okay. Will you stay connected and build a relationship? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So Couple things I'm going to show you just right off. My shadow card at the bottom of the deck was the Eight of Pentacles. So this to me is going to take delicate effort, but so long as you're still continuing to show up, so long as there's still not the expectation that we're being more than what we're ready for, I think we'll be just fine ultimately, especially since the last card of the whole suit or the whole spread was the Sun card, if you've not seen that. So the Sun card, that's like one of those big O yes cards, you know, big O celebration kind of things. But let me show you the other ones that showed up for us. So I have the Four of Swords along with the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. So for me, the Four of Swords often denotes like an eternal rest, like a letting this shit go kind of thing. She lives in Connecticut. We have the same moms. I was adopted and she went with her dad. Oh, whoa. She lives in Connecticut. We have the same mom. You were adopted and she went with her dad. Y'all have an interesting dynamic. So to say the least, you're going to have a whole lot of stories to converse and talk through and see where you're going to, one of the things that you'll start to notice, and I say this because it's like the connection that I have with my sister, is how your lives are parallel and how they're different. And you're going to see like those like, oh my gosh, I'm that way too. And oh, that's totally not anywhere close to who I am. How do we even have the same blood in that regard? And so you're going to have all those moments that are going to be just fun and joyful. So take them with a grain of salt. The ones that you don't vibe on, just she's her own person, of course. The ones that you do vibe on, enjoy those, like connect, relish, and love on those. The other card that I had was the Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and then the Five of Pentacles. So my first thought is with these two is that with the new person in the life, there's this new focus, this new attention, this new energy and intensity. Let's make sure that we're not already trying to braid each other's hair kind of thing. It's like, it just feels like there needs to be like appropriate, it's like social etiquette, new person connections, get to know you, not assume I know you kind of thing. The other cards that showed up for you was the 5, 6, 7 of Swords, along with the King of Swords. And remember, we ended up on the Sun. So ultimately, I feel like the only thing that is kind of repeating for me about you is just more about the family history, more about the family knowledge, more things that you're going to get to work on. And these are like little, I've heard the term micro traumas. These are like not overt wounds, like you've had your arm cut off, but these are like the 1,000 paper cuts that, you know, line your arm that still need to be tended to, still need to be worked on, still need to be massaged through. And it's going to give you the opportunity to look at some of those little wounds that have shown up for you, or that may show up through this process. So you may not even know they were there until, oh, sis pulls this back and hello. So just treat yourself kindly as you're going through this, because other stuff is going to come up at the same time. But will you two be able to connect and stay connected? Honey, you got that big old Sun card at the end of that. So I'm pretty certain, so long as you both want to, it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, thank you, Hun Bunch. Let me scooch this over. Hello, Heather. Good evening. Will your finances improve quickly? I'm going to scoot these cards. Will your finances improve quickly? All right, Heather. Let's see what's going on there for you. Heather's finances improve quickly. Aiming for quickly. So when I'm shuffling and thinking about your question, Hun, the first thing that's coming to mind is immediate massive action kind of thing. So if you're wanting your finances to improve quickly, my suggestion is not to wait for them to improve quickly. Take steps to make them improve quickly. So does that mean, like what we've been talking about a lot in this house, is selling the car? We're not selling our car, but it's like, that's like an adage. Like if your car is causing too much drainage on your resources, on your finances, maybe it's a good idea to sell the car and then use that fund to buy a $4,000, a $7,000, or whatever you can afford car, so that you don't have the frequent payment kind of thing. But the whole point was immediate massive action. So it's like, let's not wait for the lottery. Let's not wait for the life insurance. Let's not wait for the such and such. Like, take steps to balance it out yourself now. Does that mean taking on more hours? Does that mean selling some of your stuff? Does that mean making a side hustle? Does it mean starting reselling? You know, there's a million things that we can do to earn a little income and then decrease some of those expenses. So there's lots of ways to go about it. We can talk about money for days. We kind of like that topic in this house. Okay. Heather, your finances improve quickly. Let's see what else. So this is the Light Seers, and we're going to pull 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will your finances improve quickly? So remember how like just a moment ago with Rose's reading, I did that last card first. So the bottom of the deck was the 10 of Pentacles. So that to me is about family and legacy. The last card of the 6 that I pulled for you was the Ace of Wands. So that is the literal massive action. Like the Ace of Wands is all about action. It's all about fire. It's all about taking that like step, like not even feeling your way through it. Like, no, you know what to do. You need to do it. Execute on what you know how to do. The other cards that I have for you, hun, was the Lovers, along with the Page of Pentacles, and then the Tower. So to me, this is getting real, like black and white real about whatever your financial situation actually is, not what we think it is, like looking at the black and whites of it so you know how you can create massive action for yourself. The other cards that showed up for us was the Wheel, and then the 4 of Cups, and then we ended up on that Ace of Wands that I showed you. Hun, whatever part of your finances that you're kind of accidentally ignoring, I feel like that's going to be one of those things that we need to pay attention to. And so is it your debts? Is it what you owe? Is it some of those old little activities, old subscriptions, old things that kind of repeat and occur and reoccur? Because that, with that Wheel of Fortune, to me, that is like habits and things that we tend to do and redo, or we don't pay attention and keep not paying attention to. So to answer the question directly, will your finances improve quickly? They totally can. The big bit that that was a weird sound, excuse me, as I'm making none of these mouth noises. The big thing that I'm feeling, hun, is just immediate massive action. So whatever's going on with your financial situation, look at it in black and white. Don't get emotional about it. Try your hardest not to pull on any fear about it and just dive in, create change for yourself. That to me is like the biggest way that you'll be able to get that done for yourself quickly, like by you doing it. But thank you so much for your question, hun. And I hope you liked my lights ears. Yay. All right, let's switch over. Silent runner, silent runner. You're swift. Is that Mercury? Like the symbol, not symbol for is it Greek or Roman? I don't know. Anywho. Thank you so much for the little like brain explosion right there. So how would JV act if I tell him the feelings I have for him? I don't know why I read so slow, because I'm a big avid reader, but when it comes to this, I'm like making sure I get it right. Why are you laughing at me? Because I read slow? You funny. From YouTube land. How would JV react if I tell him the feelings I have for him? See, I want to make sure I understand the context and the nuances of the question. How would they react? How would they react? Okay, let's see what shows up for us, hon. How would they react? How would they react? The first feel I'm getting is that whole, well, of course, but that that blowback for like a quick sec, not like boom, it explodes and they run out the room kind of thing. More of just like shocked, huh? Okay, kind of ordeal. So, I want to see what else shows in there. Okay, how would JV react? How would JV react? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, cool. All right, let me show you. So this is my Afro Tarot, and this is the Queen of Pentacles, along with the King of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. So my first thought, hun, just from what I'm seeing on the first 3, is that it'd be well received. So it wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, you know, be gone, station kind of thing. Like, I don't think it's going to be that kind of ordeal. I think it'd be well received. I think it'd even be welcomed. I would love to, like, those kind of questions are the ones that I love to kind of unpack further. Like, what are their feelings for you? How long have these feelings been in existence? What can you anticipate moving forward? How's the best way to approach the situation moving forward from here? There's a lot of other questions that still can be asked about the scenario. But the other cards that showed up for you was the King of Cups. Let me show you that one, along with the Knight of Wands, ending with the Empress. So, I feel like this situation has the tendency to move pretty quickly. So, and by quickly, okay, so broad strokes, I think it's fun, and that's good. You've known him for 7 years. Groovy. I feel like I feel like you need to be never romantic, just lots of care like a best friend. Okay. I feel like you have to be prepared to cross the line. And when you cross that line, you're going to lose your friend. Okay. And try to attempt to make this something different. Are you okay with that? Because we gotta be okay with that before you take that move. Once you've taken that move, you're gonna cross some other boundaries with each other, and your relationship is gonna shift into a more sexual atmosphere. Which, with that Empress, my concern is that someone's gonna get knocked up. So I'm just want to make sure that y'all are, if you're not wanting to have kiddos now, then we're taking care of business so that that's not the case. But otherwise, with the Pentacles, with the Cups, to me, this is super grounded. This is super easy. This feels like it wouldn't be unexpected, or it would be unexpected, but it's like the look back. You're like, oh yeah, 7 years. Why not? Yeah, kind of thing. It's like, well, why not? So it feels like it would be okay. It'll be interesting. It'll be a dynamic situation. Just make sure that if you have that conversation and you guys cross those lines, you understand that there's not really an undo button here. So just tidbit. But honestly, I think you'd be all right. Either way, you'd be just fine. Yay! But thank you, and thank you for letting me use my Afro Tarot. I haven't used it on camera yet, so yay! Should I shoot my shot with Cody? Shoot your shot, babe. I don't know what that means. You're dating Cody. Shoot your shot. You're thinking about dating Cody. Because to me, when I say shoot my shot, I'm thinking basketball. And I'm a terrible basketball player, so shoot my... Allie, help me out. I'm going to switch over to, there we go, Rider-Waite Smith. Melissa's working on it for me. Shoot my shot. I love that. What do we mean? What do we mean? Should I shoot? I know, I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be difficult. I just legit don't know what that means. Let's see. Oh, you know what we can do? We can just do straight yes or no question or answer on it. And then, yeah. So, Allie, I'm going to totally just do a yes or no because I have no clue what you mean. But I'm going to assume that my cards are smarter than me and that they understand what your true intent, and they'll give you the information that you're asking for. So that's
other people are guessing.
Everyone's guessing for me. Thank you. Let me hop over to comments too.
Try to start a relationship.
Ooh, okay. Express feelings. Express feelings.
Oh, here we go.
Flirt. There you are, Allie. Thank you. Flirt and express. That's what shoot your shot means. Am I old? Have I officially hit old? Like, I don't know what the kiddos are talking about these days. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I'm going to keep shuffling. Should Allie shoot her shot? I love this. Okay. Let's see with Cody. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sweet pea. So, hun, you got your... there we go. We got to Page of Cups starting out. We also got the 9 of Pentacles and then the Ace of Wands. So should you? I mean, hun, I think, yeah. I mean, so if you're wanting this to progress into something different and something a little bit more than where it is, you taking the initiative to kind of push the relationship forward, kind of force the issue is not a bad thing. I honestly think it'd be really, really useful and also well received. Your person feels like he's sometimes a youngin' or sometimes a little bit on the immature side. It's not a bad thing. It just takes... it would benefit from a little fire under the ass, if that makes sense. The other cards that I have for you was the 2 of Cups with the 9 of Cups ending on the 10 of Pentacles. So my cards, the way they show up is absolutely positive, awesomely received, well received, enjoyable, and some fun, funky, flirty, fun, stuffy time. And however you want to put that or wrap that up in a bag. But yeah, honey, go do that. Go shoot your shot with your person. I think that'll be just fine. Thank you so much for that question, Allie. I so appreciate it. All right, let me get a shovel in. Okay, back to the True Black Tarot. Should I let Micah back into your life? She messaged me, asked if we could rekindle. All right, Micah, let's see. Micah. Is it in our best interest to let Micah back in the room, back in the life? Let's see. Micah. First, I want to understand. Oh, actually, I don't want to understand. I want you to be very clear for yourself. So this is a slight rhetorical question. What are your apprehensions right now? Because the first thing I'm pulling on or feeling around is this slight nervousness. That nervousness has validity. So what is that about? What is that going on for you? Is that old behavior that you're remembering? Is that old issues that showed up for you? Like whatever that reservation is, like look at that. Let's see what else shows up for us. Okay. If we could rekindle. These cards sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So this has a mixed bag to me, and I'm leaning more, Abby is leaning more on the side of it. And let me show you why. So the first bit that I have is the 2 of Wands. And then I have the 8 of Cups with the 6 of Wands. So this kind of has that feel to me of when the situation dissolves, you put yourself back together and you're back to feeling kind of normal, right? Like I've conquered, I've gotten over you being a bastard, hurting my feelings or whatever. So the other cards that show up for us is the, what is this? 5, 6, 7. I have the 7 of, I think those are Wands. Yes, 7 of Wands, along with the 10 of Wands. And then we have the, can't see it when it's black, 5, 6, 7 of Cups. I just don't want to get hurt again, so you're scared. Got you. There's a part to that I feel like has a little bit of truth to it, because it almost has that feeling of like the fool me once, you know, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me kind of thing. So if this is something that has been a pattern for you, that y'all fall out, get back together, fall out, get back together, fall out, get back together, when are you getting off the ride? Just essentially, I feel like this situation with this card in particular being kind of like all those, anytime I look at this, I think about how all those wounds are on the hand or coming from the hand. So to me, there's like the bitter words or the salty emotions. There's cuts. There's cuts to the connection that it feels good at first, and then something shows up, something blows up, and people get shrapnel occurs in the process. The 10 of Wands feels like the relationship is a bit one-sided in essence. So it's like which part of you is carrying the burden of the situation? Is it you? Is it them? What part is holding the heaviest aspect? Exhale. 7 of Cups to me is about options and opportunities. So like if we're rekindling the connection, if we're rekindling the situation, have we remembered that this isn't the only situation to look at? That I'm wondering like if this is romantic or if it's just friendly. Like I have other questions, but we don't have to discuss all of those details here. But if this is one of those connections that could possibly turn romantic, understand, honey, like you have options. We all have options. There's options. So this person is not the only person in your existence. This is not a person that has to be in your existence if their presence comes with pain. So I'm kind of like this about it, but ultimately it's always your decision. It's always your choice, and it's up to you. It's always up to you. I personally would create boundaries, but that's just from what I'm seeing here. You totally could have maybe like a half, like a slow reconnection, not like let's not, you know, babysit each other's children tomorrow kind of thing, but let's like text every couple weeks just to kind of like start the process very, very slowly, very, very slowly. But yeah, anyway, but you have my answer, Sweet Pea. I hope that works for you. And I hope that helps a little bit. I need to hop out of these comments. I'm so distracted. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So my dear, who's coming towards me in love that I'll have a committed relationship with? Who? Well, I wish I could pull names. That would, ooh. I think I would be charging so much more if I could pull out names. Rodrigo. From Sri Lanka. He's coming toward you, darling. Actually, I wish it works that way, but I've yet to witness that. So who's coming towards you next in love? Okay. Who's coming next in love that you'll have a committed relationship with? Let's see if we can get some representation of some sort. Who's coming next to you in love? All right, Sweet Pea. 1, 2, 3, Okay, so I'm going to start here because the first one I'm getting is the King of Pentacles. The second I'm getting is the Nine of Cups along with the Justice card. So my first thought, my first feeling is that this person has the very masculine energy, but kind of like the kind of masculine that's not worried about other people's opinions, not worried about how other men look at them or how other people visually see them. Like, it's just, I'm me, I'm whatever, this works for me. The person has a happy, upbeat disposition, so I kind of love that. And then with the Justice card, I'm like, there's the levelness to them, there's a fairness to them, there's a they've worked on their bullshit, so it's like they're continuing to grow, but like at that moment they're clear and focused on who and what they are. Personally, I freaking love that. So let me see what else shows up here. Chariot, 2, 3. Okay, so with the Chariot and then the Knight of Swords, I feel like the person has this tendency to like they're there for their family, like regardless, like they would fly for their family. Like, mom says jump, how high? Sister needs something, I'm there. Like, family is part of the bloodstream in a more direct way. So to me, it's like, if this person pulls you into the household, pulls you into the family, you're there. Like, that person, like, that means something to this connection. The Eight of Pentacles to me is about work and work efforts. So to me, they're hardworking humans. So I'm enjoying that type of person. I'm enjoying that type of person. I wish I could like paint you a picture of the tall, dark, and handsome with the such and such hair and the green eyes and the size 14. I don't know. But it would be fun though. It would be fun. Oh my goodness. But thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. I hope that helps. Just to give you a little bit of tidbit about what's going to be around there. Tidbit. Alrighty. So just to talk to you briefly, my 4 minutes. Yes, I have to set my timer so I don't get all pontificatey, because that sometimes happens. 4 minutes, there we go. Darling faces. And then we hop right back into reading. So don't go anywhere. Don't leave, darlings. So just to let you know, if you haven't been here long enough to know how to get in touch with me for something more in depth, or something more one-on-one, where I dig into your specific situation under the dirt, into the roots, understand it so we can help shine some light on some issues, maybe heal something that's been going on, expose some issues that need to be worked on, mend on, sewed up. You can schedule a session with me directly one-on-one, and have a couple methods of delivery that we can do that session with. One of which being a pre-recorded personalized video reading. And that is a lengthier session that's about 45 minutes. Sometimes it can hit the hour range. Not often, unless we're doing something insane. But we'll know in the process. Those go from 20 to 40 minutes. And those are pre-recorded video readings that I conduct in my treehouse in session by myself, as though you are there. So I am doing the initial spread that talks more about our situation, and then I'm looking for those areas and opportunities that we need to dig into a little bit deeper, that I need to understand a little bit more, that we need to uncover a little bit more. And then we end that session with making sure that you have a game plan moving forward, so that you know what needs to happen from the time that you end the session with me, and then go on about your merry day. The other types of readings that I do are by Zoom, face-to-face in either 30-minute or 60-minute increments. And those are some of the more popular sessions because they're super easy to book. They're super easy to schedule. And then we get to converse, we get to chat, we get to deep dive into any of the situations that you're going through. And you get to ask as many questions as you can squeeze into that particular amount of time. The other method that you can get some work done with me is through Facebook chat. Understandably, sometimes you don't want to be on camera. You're a little shy. I get it. I was shy too. So Facebook chat is another way that I can get a couple good questions in 30-minute or 60-minute increments. I take photos of the cards. I share the cards with you, and I just give you the information as it comes for you. The other way that we can do is a emailed reading. So those are pre-designed readings that I've created spreads for. I have a soul food and a wisdom and guidance reading that is really, really useful to kind of look into things in a, if you're a visual reading person, like I am. If you're a reader, those are perfect for that, because these are graphic designed readings that are typed up and put into a PDF document that is emailed to you directly, that you get to keep until the cows come home. These are also password protected. So once I send you the password to that particular PDF, you're the only person that gets to open that PDF. The other thing that I am considering, babe, I haven't even told you this. I'm considering building a New Year service. So that is something that's going to be in the works here soon. I want to get that put together and prepared. A new year, new reading, a new year, a kind of like a New Year forecast. What do we need to know about the new year? Reading service. So that is going to be an individualized one. That's the only type of service that one little thing covers, is about the new year, the new cycle, the new season that's coming in here soon. So those details will be coming up as they're available. I'll be having links to those as they're made available, and they'll be available to you. My game plan is before the end of the month. So keep an eye out for that, because Abby needs to get that done soon. Anywho, so yes, there's a link that you can get in touch with me directly. Also, if for some reason all of these are too big, too much, too everything, I do also have a super easy just one question reading. It's $12. It's super accessible. It's a great way to try out a new reader. Just get one question looked at. Super easy, very accessible. And I answer those the fastest because I conduct those only through email. So super fast to get in touch with me. But yes, my timer just went off. Talk about awesome.
Also,
yes.
Somebody was your 100th subscriber on YouTube.
Somebody was the 100th. Oh, y'all gonna make me blush. So somebody was the 100th subscriber on YouTube. So thank you so much to that sweet soul who bumped my numbers from 99, 98. I think we were 98 before we started, to 100. Thank you so much. And so to tell you a little bit more about that, I am shifting my content from being Facebook heavy to more YouTube heavy. So I'm creating more video content. I'm creating more video readings, more video conversations. Like I just recently put up a video about how I came to believe what we need to focus on for November, for this November. There's other content in the works about like some of my favorites for the month of October, things that I was obsessing on, cards that I was in love with, things that I was like, I couldn't get enough of in October. I'm also in process of working on some other little videos about a deck interview spread that I did on the Oak, Ash, and Thorn tarot book deck that just recently came out. So if you don't already follow and subscribe, please do. I love each and every one of those comments that come through, each and every one of those subscribers that come in. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anywho, we need to hop back into reads because that is what we do here. And I'm hot as hell, Jesus. Okay, can you tell I'm getting a little glossy? I'm gonna have to powdering my nose. So Sandrine, will him and I get even closer as time goes on? Oh, darling, okay. Sandrine, which deck of cards for Sandrine? I think I'm gonna light sear you. There we go. So will you and him get even closer emotionally as time goes on? So the first thing I'm feeling for you, Sandrine, is first, I feel like the only roadblock right now is you in that regard. I feel like sometimes we have those walls that accidentally shoot up when people get close, and it takes work to kind of press them back down or plow them back down. And so it's going to be a continual process of they get close, wall shoots up on accident, and we have to like, okay, hold on. Shoots back up, okay, hold on. So don't be surprised if like the right when you get one wall down and you feel good that something shoots back up, and then you're like, fuck, okay, hold on, let's pan that back down. But let's see what else shows up for you here, darling. For you to get closer. What else do you need to know about that? What else do you need to know? Huh. The funny thing that I'm feeling when I'm thinking about your situation between you and your person, I'm wondering like who is the one that like the pathway through their heart is through their stomach. You're right. The last reading about the trauma too. Oh, okay.
You told her to share with him.
You did? Oh.
He wants to know.
Oh, good. I hope everything went well, right? So. Well, obviously, if we wouldn't be here talking about it otherwise. But I'm kind of like doing the whole whose access to their heart is through their food. Like, like that's what the thing I was feeling is like, someone needs to be fed. And that's like, oh, they butter up and melt when they've been fed. Use that tool whenever you need something. Okay. So what else do I need to know? Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So this situation, this relationship is going to give you a lot of opportunities to dig at old wounds, old issues, old traumas as they come up, not just your main ones, but the little ones that maybe you've forgotten about, didn't know about, or didn't know it affected you in that kind of way. The stuff that likes to sneak up and get you at the butt or his ankles. So the other cups, the other cards I have for you is the Page of Cups, along with the Seven of Pentacles, with the Page of Wands. And we're not even focusing. What the hell? Oh, well, anywho, you get the drift, hon. Page of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I love the newness and the freshness of this situation. I feel like it has the opportunity. It has the yes. So your question, will you get even closer? Yes, because you two are making those decisions that are going to do that. You are working on yourself. That is going to help do that. You're building down those walls that are going to help do that. So long as you remember that you are in control of that, and just like anytime those walls shoot up, you're the person that can let them down. Eight of Swords, along with the Ten of Swords. That's the new dawn, new horizon, Ten of Swords, along with that Five of Pentacles. Anything that is holding you back, I feel like is primarily going to be on your side, trying to protect self. So long as you start to attend to those issues, those wounds, those traumas, maybe even getting, a counselor to help out with some of the aspects that you can't beat down yourself, then you two will be able to continue to grow the situation. But it's not even just you two romantically. This is you individually. And then he's going to be along for the ride. Like, the only thing I feel off of him is like, ta-da, I am here. I am ready. I am useful. I am prepared to hold your hand and be the knight in shining armor kind of person. So yes, hon. Not even a question on that one. Absolutely. So thank you so much for your question, Sandrine. Back in the dating world, this one is different from the others. Could this be the relationship I've been waiting? Ooh, let's see. Let's hop over to this one. Right or wait. This is the relationship that you've been waiting. Okay, so first thing I feel like is necessary to remind you, hon, is that throwing that label onto this connection too soon adds a lot of weight to it that it may not necessarily need right now. So just remembering to keep it light, allow it to unfold as it's going to, not assigning any labels, not assigning any missions to it, not pre-planning the wedding when we've just met. Like, allow it to unfold the way it's going to will help it be more accurate to what it actually is, instead of the lens that we accidentally place on it, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I'll totally explain. I have no problems explaining that one. Let's see what else we need to know about that. It feels like it will be a good situation. It will be a useful situation for you to learn more about who and what you are, what you want in relationships, what you want in connections. I feel like you're going to have some old habits that are going to come back up, though. So keep an eye on, at least on your side of the street, right? Because there's his side of the street, there's your side of the street. Keep an eye on your side of the street so that your stuff is maintained. Your issues, your baggage, your stuff, your dramas, your trauma, that you're handling that. Because that's not his or their, this is not their responsibility to maintain. What else? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So overall, 5. I got the 6 of Swords for you, along with the Death card and the 5 of Wands. The other cards that showed up for you is the Wheel of Fortune, the 3 of Wands, and then we end on the 10 of Swords. So I'm inclined to believe that it will have its purpose. It will serve its purpose, but it feels like it has its time. So this, like most relationships, have a season, like have a duration, whether you break up or it explodes or somebody passes, like they have a season. This feels like it's a shorter session. So it's like, ride this until the cows come home. Enjoy the situation while it's around, while you two are enjoying each other, while you two are growing and learning who you are in relation to each other. This still feels like it has a lot of layers that are going to be pulled back to understand who and what you're with. So this has more to it as of right now. Is it the winner? Is it Mr. Right? Is it the knight in shining armor? It doesn't have that whole like super ringer, like what is it? Not the wedding bells. It's the Anyway, there's a word that I can't remember right offhand. If it comes to me, I'll let you know. I still feel like this is worth exploring. So I don't want you to just like, oh, I can't talk to you now. I can't, huh? Oh, Melissa's making things interesting for me. Continue to explore the situation. You're still, yes, I'm still at the trust window. Gotcha. This is still worth exploring. This is still worth understanding, even if it doesn't necessarily mean that you two are going to be living happily ever after. That's okay. This still has a purpose for you, and explore that. Boom. Mic drop. Thank you so much for your question, my dear. Alrighty. Oh, is it that time? This goes by so quickly. Oh my goodness. So when it comes to flash readings, what we do is I shuffle my cards with all the frenzy and fervy that my hands can muster. And then I read your question and then I pull one card. In that one card, I'm giving you the best complete whole reading I can for that one card. It's like a soundbite reading. Give it as quickly as I can, as concisely as I can, direct and to the point. The whole game plan, though, I may not be as delicate with my words so that I can get to the point directly. So if I get a little crass, y'all gonna have to forgive me. But y'all love me anyway, though. Thank you for that. So let's see. Which set should we use? One card, darling. We're gonna keep it with our Rider-Waite's. We're gonna keep it here. I'm gonna shuffle, and when Melissa's ready, please feel free to go ahead and throw in your question, your one specific question, into them comments, yo, so that I can start pulling your one card reading. Rah! Boom. I don't know, I'm making noises, but it sounds cool, so I'm doing it. Because it makes me happy. Will I have more kids before menopause? Let's see, honey. Latoya. Okay. What do we need to know about that? Here we go. One card. What is it? Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. So, okay, when the Knight of Pentacles shows up for me, it tends to be a slow process, whatever the process is. So if you're wanting this to happen, okay, so this needs context for me to answer it more completely. Menopause is what, 40s, 50s, sometimes 60s. So if you are 49, you need to move gas, essentially. If you're 22, you could probably have more kids before menopause. So it's like context is a little bit necessary. But I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like you can, but you really need to make some, like, we need to focus our attention on this mission and go, if that makes sense. So yes, darling, you can just do it. All right. Would like to know if there's a new love interest coming your way. Is there a new love interest coming your way? Ooh, I think the wind just scared my cat. I heard him flying around for just a quick second. Okay. Is there a new love interest coming your way? What do we need to know about that? There? Okay. What is this one? Aw, lovers. If that isn't like, see, sometimes you can't make this shit up. Lovers. So yes, honey. Is there a new love interest coming your way? Of course. Why wouldn't there be? That is something that you are drawing to you, that you want in your life, that you're kind of creating space and making room for. So of course it's going to show up. A matter of when. We need more cards and more timing and more stuff, but that's always something that we can dig into should you want. But yes, of course, hon. Of course. But thank you so much for your question. All right, my dear. Hova from YouTube land. I've been a butcher for 16 years, thinking about changing careers to IT, like computer software engineering. Ooh, sweet hun. Wondering if that's the right path for you. Honey, if that makes your heart like all fuzzy and fizzy when you think about it and when you play with it, you know, at home by yourself before you even try to go to school and get a degree for it, then you don't need a tarot reader to tell you if that's the right path for you. Do what makes that heart sing over, like, full stop, regardless of what I have to say about it. Okay. But because cards are fun, I still want to pull one. Is that in your best interest? What is this one? So it's definitely options. You definitely have options available to you in this. I feel like, yeah, Butcher gives you a bit of security, stability. Like you said, you've been doing it for 16 years, so you know it like the back of your hand. IT is awesome. It's also wonderful. There's a big ass use for it. So why not? There's unless you have a reason why you shouldn't, I don't see why not. So I would run full on in, hun. Do it. All right, do it. Will you ever find a career? Janelle, I'm always going to say yes to that if that is something that you want for yourself. Now, what it is, that's the other question. That's following your natural inclinations. That's trying things. That's doing things and seeing what works and what doesn't, what you like and what you don't. If you are in your 20s or in your 30s, you still have a lot of life to figure these things out. So it is okay that you don't have everything all answered today. Anywho, let me not pontificate all night long. I love that word. I need to get a soapbox. And my wife was like, So Janelle, what do we need to know about you finding a career? What is this card? 9 of Wands. So, hun, there is something about finding a career that you're looking for. So whatever it is, whatever the feeling is that you're aiming for, I think that's what you need to aim for, not necessarily the career part. If you're looking for purpose, if you're looking for contribution, if you're looking for something, like whatever it is, fill in the blank, that's the thing that we got to look for first. Your career can maybe help you find that, or you can just go and hunt that down. So there's something else that you're looking for in the career thing, in the job thing, that you feel like having a quote unquote career will give you. Hunt that thing down first. Yeah. Thank you so much for your question, dearest. All right, let's get a shuffling. Chrissy, do I ever meet someone in love? You've never been in love. You're a single Libra. Okay, Chrissy, are you ever going to meet someone? Let's see. I'm inclined to say yes, because like we have so many years on this planet. Why not? Why could there not be a one? Just eventually at some point in time, at least one. So let's see what we need to know. Okay. Dun-da-da-da. Okay, hon. So the 4 of Cups to me is when we are, it's a mixed bag of the grass is always greener, except it's greener where you water it. So keep that in mind. Also, it feels like love has been around. Love has it feels like it's knocked on your door before, but maybe you didn't know, or it didn't show up the way that you had expected. And so we forgot that that's actual possibility. So it's like, if for some reason your love shows up as a golden retriever and you expected, oh gosh, I thought of Fabio, like the old romantic novel swooner from the covers of romance novels in the 90s and the 80s. If you're expecting Fabio, but a golden retriever shows up, yeah, it didn't show up the way you needed or that you thought you wanted, but oh my God, is that golden retriever a bundle of love and energy and hugs and delight and exuberance and everything. So it's just, this card is just reminding me to tell you to pay attention to the other things that are around you. So the things that are directly in front of you, you're maybe missing the point because there's other stuff. There's other stuff everywhere. So yes, to answer the question directly, of course, darling. Let me get shuffling. Hi. Thank you. All right. Doozy. I want that name. Babe, can I change my name to Doozy? Dozy? I like Doozy better. I don't want to be a dozy. I want to be a doozy. Yes, I'm a doer. So I'm a doozy. Yes. That's my new name. Really want to be in a relationship with me. Let's see what shows up for you, hun. Oops. What do we need to know about that? Oops. First card. Okay. This dozy, you're gonna have to let me know if it's a long O or a short O. Want to be in a relationship with you. Oh, look at that. That is a 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups, like if there could be the word yes written there, then of course it's the flying high yes. Yeah. Full stop. Definitely. You need to stop overthinking it because the Ace of Swords popped out in addition. So just believe them. Believe what they say because they are trying to tell you the truth. So yes, do that. Or at least believe that. Believe that. There we go. Lamaya, will I ever get justice for my child's father? Oh my goodness. Let's see what shows up for you, honey. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all of that out of one card, but let's see what shows up. Okay? Let's see what shows up. What do you need to know about that? Okay. Here we go. What is this one? Okay, so when the full card shows up to me, this has that feeling of gosh, like the start of a new adventure, the start of a new endeavor. So and I dropped it. So will you ever see? The funny thing is that this card doesn't give me a direct yes or no. To me, this gives me more of like, we haven't even quite started yet, or we're about to start, or we're about to get on the path, or this is going to be a really long ass journey and the destination hasn't been chosen or hasn't been pre-described yet. So to me, this is like, we're just started. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know your situation intimately, but it feels like you're at the beginning. beginning of it. Goodness. But thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. And I hope y'all hear my yodeling kitty. he gets all lonely and starts talking and wants to have some affections. That's our Kansu cat. Kansu cat. Hello, big bold text. I see when you see hello like that, I want to say hello back. Like I just did. Like all the drama. Will I get the RBI job by 2021? Okay, hon. Let's see what shows up. I love making my wife laugh, so this makes me happy. And she's just like, no. All right. Will you get the RBI job by 2021? By 2021. What is this one? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Okay, so when the Eight of Swords comes up for me, it is not a direct yes or no. What this talks to me directly about is more of the elements that we still have control over, the things that we have yet to take responsibility for. So it's like there's a lot of change, there's a lot of life, there's a lot of something here that you still have control over that needs to be taken action on. So will you be getting the job? It doesn't seem to be a very yes or a very no. So there's still a part here that you play. There's still something that you get to do to get that role. So there's still something in the works, hun bunch. But thank you so much for that question. Yay. Gandhi, will you get married next year? Will you get married next year? Let's see what shows up for you, hun. You're giving me a yes or no question. One card. Will you get married next year? Let's see what shows up for you. Will you get married next year? Okay. What's this one? Ooh, Ace of Swords. Ooh, cool. I also have an Ace of Wands that hopped out, but that's, off the side. I'm inclined that it's very well possible that you very well could. I think if we take more deliberate actions instead of keeping it so very in the head. I'm wondering if it's still in plan mode or if you're not even dating yet. It's still very in head mode. But I don't see why it couldn't, at least as of right now. With two aces, that's usually highly sought after. So will you get married next year? Press the issue, hun. Go get married. Definitely. At least as of right now. But thank you so much for that question. Destiny. Oh, I remember our whole conversation over your name. How does Ricky really feel about you? Should you continue to pursue him or let him go? Okay, let's see what we need to know about that. What do we need to know, Sweet Pea? Let's see. Ricky, huh? Ricky. Here we go. Ooh. Knight of Wands. How does Rick... Why did I call him Ricky? I saw the really. There we go. How does Rick really feel about you? So the Knight of Wands reminds me of a high energy, energetic. I wouldn't say, well, yes, I would say. Usually it's a vibrancy, but it's a vibrancy that's kind of focused at something. So to me, there's a lot of attention. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of trying to pursue. So should you continue to pursue or let him go? Should you continue to pursue or let him go? With this feel, the suggestion is to no longer chase, if that makes sense. Like the literal feel with this card is to give it the opportunity to come to you. And if it doesn't, then let it go. And if it does, great. Now it's on a mutual playing field. But I don't feel like you should be always in the pursue mode. That's not very useful. It kind of puts you at a disadvantage. So it's like, no, let's not always chase this person down. Let's not have to chase this person down. If this person wants you like they think they do, then they need to show up and show out. Damn it. But thank you so much for that question. All right, my dears, let's keep shuffling. Oh, I love the hummingbird. Hello. Should you apply to the job at Whittier? Ooh, what is Whittier? Like, I want to know what kind of company that is. Should you apply? You should always apply. Like, if you want the job, if you want a position, then yes, you should apply. Because I think also the other questions end up being like, will I get it? Will I get a return? Will the money be good? Like, there's a million other questions that show up when we do the whole should I even try question. Ooh, we had one hop out. Should you apply? I think yes. One, because my other card that hopped out was the Fool, and that's awesome. But two, the Six of Swords has this feeling of bravery that's necessary to even do the job. So that's like the leaving what was to go to what is, but the what is yet to be defined because you get to create it. So should you apply? Yes, you should apply. Yes, you should apply. But you're also creating and cultivating a life that you want. So it's more than just applying. So yes, apply, and then also create the rest of your life. Boom. Courtney, my friend Yasmin would love a reading. She is with you right now. Sweet. What's her question?
I love reading.
Oh, she would love a love reading. Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to give her one. Tell me the question.
Oh,
I would love to do that for her. Well, hello, friend. Hello, friend. Well, I can pull a card, but I have no clue what it's in context to. Shall we do it anyway?
Why not?
Why not?
Why
Okay.
not?
So, Yasmin, Luhan, I'm gonna pull a card for you just to see what shows up in relation to love. What do we need? What do we need to know? It's gonna be so vague. It's gonna be fun though. It's like, let's pull a sock out of the hat. See what happens. What is this? Ooh, Knight in Cups. Knight of Cups. Knight in Cups. So, honey, when I'm thinking about this one in relation to love, that to me is the knight in shining armor. I'm wondering if I'm wondering what you're thinking about or what you're wondering about, because like if you're waiting for someone to show up for you, then they're on their way. If you're waiting for this person who's already like here to kind of show up and show out like they're supposed to, they very well may. Like this has like lots of possibilities depending on your question, but in relation to love, that's a good one to kind of see. So you have a quote unquote knight in shining armor. Ooh, I just want you to clutch your pearls. Do that for me, honey. Beth, I'm on the right track with your life. I'm assuming you're asking instead of stating, because if you are already, that is freaking awesome, because I think I am statements is the best thing ever. So if you want anything, first say that you are the thing that you want, and that's the fastest way I know how to get there. That's the fastest way Abby knows how to get there besides driving, but you know, you can only drive to so many places. Are you on the right track with your life? What do we need to know about that, Beth? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? I really like asking that question better. What do we need to know about this? Okay. What do we need to know? Oh, okay. So one, I just love that I did the because it was another night. That was kind of cool to me. However, this is the slowest ass night in the book, in the deck. So are you on the right track? It's whatever. Okay. So I'm of the opinion your track is wherever you're at, right? So you have to look at your situation. You have to look at what's ahead of you, what's around you, what's going on with your life and your existence, and then make a choice. And do you like the choices that you're making? Does your life reflect the life that you're wanting to live for yourself? If it does, great, you're doing just fine. If it doesn't, well, shit, what are you going to do about it? Are we going to move it? Are we going to change it? Are we going to exact some action on something? Right now, this card is the slowest one of the set, so I'm inclined to believe that we're resting a little bit. We're observing and questioning if what our questions are, or our laurels are, or whatever all those other words are. So of course you're on the right track, but what do you think of your track, right? Then do something with that. Anywho, there you go. Thank you so much, Beth. Susie, I would like to know if I'm getting back with my ex-boyfriend, Sebastian. If you're getting back with Sebastian. Let's see what shows up for us, Susie. Are you getting back with Sebastian? Sebastian. Are you getting back with Sebastian? I want to reheat my tea. I'm sure it's just all cold and sitting there. Just looking at me, just like, I want to be drank. Drink me, Pike Place Market. Anywho. Are you getting back with your ex-boyfriend? Let's see what shows up for you, hun. Okay, what is this one? 3 of Pentacles. So I'm inclined to believe that this still has some work attached to it. This isn't exactly like a yes or a no. This is more love, like there is some work that needs to be done so the thing that you want can occur, kind of thing. So I'm wondering what's going on with the situation. I would love to know more about the dynamic. I'd love to know like what kind of split things up to begin with and what work needs to happen so that you can get back together, so long as that's what both of you decide, kind of thing. But yeah, there's some efforts that still need to occur in there. Janae, will your fiance and I get married? Well, not I, but you. Will your fiance and you get married next year? Ooh, let's see. Will the fiance and you get married next year? Let's see. What do we need to do? Oops. Will the fiance and you get married? What is this? Sweet. Yes. So ace of wands, aces, I tend to lead very positive, very affirmative, very on the yes side. So I think, yeah, if that is what you're planning, and so long as COVID land allows, which I don't see as to why it wouldn't eventually, we are going to get very creative in the ways in which we get married or the way we do anything over the next year. So will you be able to literally get married? Yes, it may just be different than you anticipated, but getting married itself, yes, ma'am. Yay! Sky, hello, dear. Hello, dear. Oh, how are you? I'm doing well. Your name is Hans, and I'm watching from Panama City, Central America. Woo-woo. Like I'm repping. I'm sorry, but thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. If possible, can you have a card? Absolutely. I know I often prefer that we have a question attached to the card, but let's see what shows up for us and see what shows up. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, my dear. Skylight from Facebook. Ooh, Nine of Wands. So when this card shows up for me, I'm often reminded of like struggles and hardships, and because the character in this card looks kind of battle worn, but he is holding firm and a little exhausted, a little tired, but he's still holding tight. So whatever it is that you're worn out from, whatever it is that you're exhausted from, you're holding up. You're holding up just fine. So I'm wondering what's going on there for you, hun. And it's a flash reading, so questions are really good, but you're holding up. You're holding up to whatever's going on there for you, hun. But thank you so much. Oh, is it ending time? Oh, I don't get to shuffle anymore. I'm sad. And my computer keeps moving. Oh my gosh. I've been like all earthquaking, like, sorry. That just made me happy and fun for no reason. I'm going to figure out a way to make that a little bit easier, a little bit more stabilized, so I'm not vibrating all over the place. But you all can find me here next week, next Wednesday, so long as life and time allow. So come hang out, come visit, leave me comments, tell me how these readings worked out for you over time, or what you even thought of my antics as I'm over here shaking the world apart. So if you'd like to schedule something with me directly, please visit me on any one of the links that Melissa dropped into the comments, or send me a message. I can direct you to the website there as well. But yeah, click a link on any of the posts. Yes, if you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, go to YouTube, subscribe. Or if you're on YouTube or Facebook now, you can totally like and follow me here as well. Will you share the love? Again, will you tag your bestie? Will you bring in your auntie? Will you visit me? Send me to your sister so that we can all converse and have a conversation over this craziness. Enjoy. You all have a great weekend. I hope you had a great Halloween. Please continue to wear your masks. It's gonna get interesting, yo. It's gonna get interesting. But you all take care. Have a great rest of your week.